Enlisted and commissioned officers in the Army of Gmodism. This is your Lord High Admiral Eric speaking. We are here to continue the challenge that is the bomber trials, the season 1 of the trials. I have the scoreboard here, and we are going to get into the final challenge for the trials season 1. And the final trials will be a flight. The flight will meet the Deepwater Guard crossbones. A flight consists of a couple of planes. In this case, it will be the amount of planes that can fit within 100,000 cost of materials. So it will be very interesting to measure the different combatants' performance against the crossbones. As we know, the crossbones does have a good anti-air system and it's pretty meaty. The crossbones has a cost of almost 500,000, which makes the bombers be in a material disadvantage. So, while we do not expect the crafts to be able to necessarily beat the crossbones, we will measure their performance. Let's get into the first batch of the test. Gmodism. I will use my calculator to make sure that the rates are fair. And 100,000 divided by the cost of American's AoG bomber plane puts us at a 3.12. The order is a little bit different this time than usual to spread things out a little bit. In any case, we'll have 6 planes per batch basically, and the interesting thing to do batches like this is that we want to see how they play out when they are in group. The crossbones is spawned 3,500 meters away. Oh, and we are avoiding the AA cannons here. So this is a little bit of a survival test as well. Oh! American's AOG bomber is on fire in a really bad way. Alright. This one is not targeted. No, it didn't do an attack run. What happened? The sounds of the cannons exploding in the air is unbearable. It is targeted. It fails to target and shoot down the crossbones. This is not going well for Americans. AOG bomber. Oh damn. Oh no. It just is not able to aim at all. And the other 2 planes are already down into the ground. This is purely, truly a material disadvantage. It's not easy to deal with the crossbones here. I will give it that. It has sieve systems shooting down a lot of the incoming shells or missiles from the participants. So this is not an easy test. We do keep that in mind, but it will test the endurance and performance really, really well there. I will also say this is a typical usage scenario. So that means that this particular test will not have the normal scale of value, it will have a higher scale of evaluation. This test goes between 0 and 5. The usual ratings for the test are 0 to 5. On some tests we had -5 to +5, specifically for the cost adjustment scoring and stuff like that. And in this particular case, it's pretty good to probably not have maxed out your cost there. We're gonna spawn in a second wave to see if sending in a second wave of the American's AOG bomber plane will save the day or not. I just want to make sure that we're not controlling any weapons here. Since we spawned in, I was outside the planes last time. Oh damn. Oh no, we are targeted. We are targeted. This ain't looking too good. Oh no. No! We're getting blown up by crams. We're on fire again. Alright, this is bad news. Bad news for the AoG American bomber. But American has scored pretty decently in most of the challenges the plane has been tested in. So losing points on this challenge is of course not meaning that you have no chance. But sending in a second wave did not change the outcomes at all. Alright. So how many waves we need to send in will of course deduct from the final points. We'll see if a third wave can change anything at all, or if we are in the same ballpark of not being able to do too much damage. We have the first combatant pumping in here, and crams are just exploding near it. So bad. Those laser targeters, man, really scary. Can make the crams actually be pretty useful, even as against a fast thing like this. It is surprising that I haven't seen their... Oh damn, I haven't seen the shells fire at all. It's not able to do much damage at all. 3 waves is the maximum amount we will allow. And the crossbones is at 97%. So they have been able to do some damage that can be measured, but the damage is not substantial. It is very, very small. This is definitely a case where I don't know if this will get 0 out of 10 points or if it will get 1 out of 10 points. I'm feeling that it did deduct 3 percentages in total of the crossbones costs. So it does do any damage. I do feel that it will get 1 point because a 0 point will be for planes that are unable to deal any damage to the crossbones. But this is not good results. It is not, but again, as I said, American has pretty good scores on the other challenges, so that doesn't mean that hope is over. Alright, I'm gonna write down the score on the scoring paper. Next out we have a really lucky one. Jono 1928 AOG bomber costs 20,000. And I guess you already know what 100,000 divided by 20,000 is. You can't see that, but it's 5. So for this particular challenge, a wave of Jono 1928's ships consists of 5. Oops. And that's the really funny part. Nobody knew, but if he had 1 material more in there, the result would have been 4 AOG bombers from Jono 1928. So here we have the 5 ones chilling out. We're gonna spawn in the crossbones. And we're going to see how they perform. I'm just checking, I'm controlling nothing, and I do not provide anything scary or repair stuff. Alright, we're actually running away a little bit there. Interesting. And we are getting in here. This is gonna be pretty interesting. Oh no! We have taken damage. A fire is created on this one. Alright. Will it get its first shot away here? Will it dive down and deal some damage, I wonder? Oh yeah! There we had one. They're pretty slow. They can't just avoid getting hurt. But oh damn, that's a really good hit. Well, they have definitely secured 1 point. And none of them are disabled yet. So right now, Jono 1928's AoG bombers are performing pretty well. They are competing at exactly 100,000 materials, so it's pretty lucky there. Now, getting targeted by the AA systems is of course very scary, but having that metal exterior armor just saves the survivability of the particular combatant a lot. Especially when the crossbones is trying to shift between different targets, going back and forth, it means that not all of them are taking too much damage. I just realized they have separate systems there. The crossbones is actually down to 88%. It's a pretty good job. Now we have our first AoG bomber going down. Oh, it's recovering, alright. Oh, damn, that is some scary damage. Oh no, that one is definitely taken out. The engine power is offline. We have 3 remaining, 1 at 90%. So this one should be pretty combat ready. I don't know what happened there. Alright. This cram cannon, is it working? Oh, we're getting blown up by like airburst crams all around. Blocks are falling off. We're diving down. Ooh. That's a pretty decent hit. That turret didn't get disabled, it didn't. Was a very near miss of dealing some fatal damage. But you can see that we're doing so much better this round here. They are not getting hit too easily. No, it changed its mind. This one has its propeller blown off, it's on fire. That one is definitely down now. We'll see if the crossbones is able to clean up. And this is, again, the first round, and the crossbones is down to 85%. So here we have some pretty nice results. The survivability is pretty good. I don't know the survivability of this craft previously. We shall see. Another one is down. We have the last one in air of the first wave of Jono's first mission here, and it is also down. The entire flight is eliminated, which means it calls for another wave. There we have it. The second wave is launched. One is running away already. They are having a pretty erratic formation. Alright. We're having the squadron flying in there. We're firing the crams. Oh damn. I think we got some good hits. But the crossbones also were able to get some good hits. It's very surface level destruction there. But they did take down the crossbones a couple of percentages more. And damn, that's a really good hit there. That was a pretty nice hit. Alright. We lost a little bit of recording there for the second wave, but the crossbones is down to 72%, and the second wave is still alive and well, I was about to say. So with this one disabled, it means that I do not think we have any more in the air, which means that the third wave will be coming in. And there we have the fifth one. Wave 3, final wave, is now spawned in. We'll see what will happen here. I do think they are going to be able to take out the crossbones during the third and final wave. Wow, we had a really good hit there again. Many of the cram cannons on the crossbones is pretty damaged. Oh, we have a despawn. We have a despawn. Well, that is pretty good indeed. So, 3 waves, but it took the third wave to take out the deep water guard crossbones with a flight of the Jono 1928's first submission, the AoG bomber. Good job. To get the high score, the participant needs to be able to take out the crossbone during the first wave. That's not something very easy to do, but if it's gonna have a top score, it's gonna be pretty extraordinary. And of course, the next best score will be if you will able to take out the crossbones during the second wave. This is during the third wave, so it will not be top score, but it will have pretty good score indeed. So I feel that taking out crossbones on wave 1 is definitely 10 out of 10. And taking it out during wave 2 would be 8 points, and taking it out during the third wave will be 6 points. And it will be plus minus 1 dependent on performance. This is the third wave, so it would be 6 points, but it was really good performance. You didn't need much from the third wave to actually take it out. So I say this is a solid 7. 7 out of 10. Good job. Next out, we have Ovo's White Phosphorus Bomber. And on the calculations, we can see this will be a wave of 4 units. Crossbone is spawned. Whoops. Here we go. We are firing APS shells, but very inaccurately. Alright. I do not think the White Phosphorus bombers will be easily hit though. They are very fast and move around in crazy ways. I wonder what's happening with those missiles though. Where are we targeting? Bam! That's a pretty good hit though. Oh, one of the White Phosphorus bombers is on fire and is falling down. So it seems that some of that flak can indeed hit the crossbones. So the crossbones are targeting the missiles. Oh, bam! And are able to shoot down many of them. Bad news for the White Phosphorus bomber flight. If those APS diff guns would have hit a little bit better, I do believe its chances would be much elevated. I do not expect those crams to hit it very reliably though. Like, what's up with that missile? Where is it going? The crossbones is down 1%, so it has been able to scratch the surface of the crossbones. But it's not looking too good for the first flight. They seem to not be able to do too much damage against the crossbones during the first round. Oh, bam! We had a really good hit there. What happened? That must have been a dead-on hit by an explosive missile. It's a really good hit. The crossbone is down 3%. Well, 1 point is definitely secured. Alright. No. Will we have any more shots incoming? Now, they will be able to stay in air for a pretty long time. But the missiles that they're using to deal damage, they are sometimes just going the wrong direction. I wonder what's up with that. We see more missiles coming in there. Oh, we got a good hit. So from overhead we can see the planes popping in and out of view. Very erratically moving. They are so hard to hit. Have a really good survivability here. Those flak guns are not dealing too much damage here. No, they are not. But I wonder why is it shooting the missiles the wrong way a lot of the times. Something weird with those missiles. New missile incoming. Oh, they're slowly grinding it down, I feel like. I think we have 3 phosphorus bombers still airborne, still fighting. Man, those diff guns it comes with are just so inaccurate. Whenever they shoot, they usually like miss. But the missiles, when they are shot at the right timing, they usually hit, but a lot of the times they're just shot in another direction. Wonder why and how that targeting is. It feels like the limitation of the missile controller is a little bit too liberal. There we see a diff gun hit that didn't quite hit. But the crossbones, it is down to 93% just during the first wave, so that is nice. The crossbones is actually having a pretty hard time shooting at them. Look at that, it's just trying to aim at it, but it shoots it so all over the place. It moves so erratically, it's just so hard to hit these things. They look beautiful, by the way, man. You can see we're flying up here and no. We're just missing. Oh! And we got some close hits, didn't we? Or did we fire the diff guns? No. Maybe we did. We're just moving so erratically, or not to like make you seasick or anything. But man, look at that. And those angles diving down. And here we have a missile, like what are we doing? Hello. It just goes the wrong way. Here we have one going the right way, however, dealing some pretty decent damage. That cram barrel is pretty disabled. And they have a really good endurance. So taking out the enemy fast is of course even better, but being able to survive for a long time, well, that's a really good trait too. We test some combined things here. And 3 of the white phosphorus bombers aren't even hurt. Only one of them in the flight has actually been disabled. And during this first wave here, they have grinded down the crossbones, it's called. You know what I was trying to say. There is this particular ship I've been talking about too much since we have a lot of videos about it. But it's been able to grind it down to 89% just during the first wave. It's not bad. I might have to check in a little bit and see how stuff has developed, because this battle takes some time. It's been a little while, and the scores are so that 3 of the white phosphorus bombers are still basically not hurt. And the crossbones is down to 87%. Here we have a point where it does deal damage still, but it's so darn slow. I'm just going to spawn in a second wave, because we can't have it like that. I can't sit here for 30 minutes. And just watch them slowly grind down the crossbones. So, second wave is in, and I believe this is hopefully... Why are all of them shooting the missiles in the wrong direction. You know, this is so frustrating. The white phosphorus bomber has such big potential of being a really, really, really efficient fighter if it just wouldn't shoot those darn missiles at the wrong direction half of the time. It's like random, it shoots them whenever they're ready, it doesn't even care about which direction they are looking, and it just turns out to shoot at the enemy at a time whenever it's, you know, fitting. I think we're gonna do like this. We're going to... I wanna check what we have here. So we have an infrared seeker. Right. We have an infrared seeker. Of course we do. And if we just minimize this here, we can see local weapon controller. Where is that missile controller, I wonder? Here it is. And the missile controller is set up. Oh, look at that. You had to check the box enable. Isn't it? Wait here. Use acquired. Yeah. You have to check this box. Use required accuracy and hull. So, although if you win this thing anyways, and or gets the opportunity to upgrade the bomber, that's probably what you have to fix to make them not shoot the missiles the wrong direction half of the time, because now they're just shooting them whenever they're ready, basically. And that's I think that's what's causing the trouble. What's happening here? Why? No, it just did maneuvers. Well, that's nice. Alright, so now we have a lot more in the air. We have the second wave here. Well, it's doing pretty well, I say. We have some... Is this a light or is this a fire? That's only a light. Well, we had some fire on it before here and there, and we can clearly see that it's grinding down the crossbones slowly but surely. Unfortunately, the AA systems is able to take down a lot of the incoming missiles that are shot its way. It is not able to hit the crossbones with the diff guns very often, and considering how easy it should be to hit this, that's not very accurate diff guns. But you can see the white phosphorus bombers, we have basically almost 2 flights in the air here. They are just so evasive and quick that they are just not getting damaged. So we'll see if we're able to take out the crossbones in any reasonable amount of time using 2 flights in the air here. Yes, uncheck that box. Or I mean check that box. Oh, this one is... Oh no, it's moving away. Like seriously, look at this crossbones. It's just so miserable. I can't believe it's even working. We actually had a hit with a diff gun. Look at that. Amazing. And suddenly it happens. Isn't that nice? I kind of like this little band thing. Like a rubber band type of thing. Interesting. Anyways, it just needs to set some hits at the right spots. Come on, come on. Oh no, it didn't reach it. Well. Even though we have like 2 flights in the air, I feel that the damage dealing is so darn slow. I am seriously considering thinking of spawning in a 3rd darn flight already, because it has to be able to take this down soon. Again, like, of course I want to give each wave a decent amount of time, but not like 30 minutes per wave. It's just too much. It's really good that the white phosphorus bomber has such a survivability. Why it also scored max points in the survivability challenge the previous couple of rounds. So it does a really good job, but the time of it dealing damage, and it's so sad that the fix is so easy. Just get some more control on where the missiles are shot, and all of them would have hit, and this battle would probably have been settled during the first wave. But you can see during the last few minutes we've only taken down the crossbones like 1% more. So we're spawning in the third round. It has to be done. First wave of missiles shot in completely random directions. Oh, this one got a target, that's nice. It's like, of course they will take out the crossbones eventually. We'll just want it to be sooner rather than later. Alright. Now we got some good missiles coming in there. Look at that. Third wave. Now we have enough missiles actually, by luck and amount, being shot towards the crossbones. It's unable to take out basically any of them anymore. It just switches target all the time now. It can't really focus on one target for too long, which is really good news for the white phosphorus bombers. I do definitely believe it's gonna take this out during with the third and final wave. We're able to overload the AA guns here. But it's so evasive. It's so evasive. That's really nice. Look at that. We exploded some ammo compartments. That is really good. Oh, new missiles popping in there. Well, that's pretty nice. Oh damn, look at that, 71%. Just one lucky shot and I believe the AI compartment will be very much taken out. If it would just have an aim at those positions. Well, we can have one, two, yeah, we still basically have the same amount of planes in the air still. It's just that with one flight it's so rare that it actually deals damage. So yeah, it is probably technically able to take it out during the first round, maybe. But we have to spawn in 3 rounds to see any real results. Which means that I think we're gonna end up at the same score as last time. We're gonna have a strong 7 for this one too. Even though it's technically able, it's just too slow. So I think it makes a lot of sense to put a 7 on this one, if we assume that it does take out the crossbones pretty, you know, soon-ish when we have all of these when we have all of these planes in the air. Oh, we actually got our first hit there probably. Or it just ran out of materials. That's pretty reasonable too. That could probably be one of the combatants from the first flight whom just have ran out of materials. That sounds really reasonable to me. A husk of a ship. Will we have any more shots coming in here? What's happening? Oh yes. We're down to 60-ish%. It should seriously despawn. The crossbones is fighting valiantly still, but it's down to 65%. Oh, now we get some nice hits there. Right, so there has been some more time, and it's still slowly grounding down the crossbones. So I'm sorry, but it's not gonna get that 7. We will conclude the white phosphorus bombers tests right here with a very strong 6 instead, because it may be technical to take the crossbones out. Maybe I don't think it's probable that it can take out the crossbones during the first round. I think it deals 2 damage too slow, and the crossbones will eventually get him, but possibly at the second round. But again, with 3 flights spawned in, they're not getting hit, which is good, but they're also not really taking it out. I mean, it will eventually, but it's still a bit too slow. So I feel that we'll have a very strong 6 for Ovo's white phosphorus bomber. A very good job, I will say that, but a meaty target like this, it needs some tweaks to be able to deal some damage a little bit quicker, and now we had more planes kind of getting a little bit too little materials to be alive. Well, the crossbones is now a couple of percent more down when the tower is shot down, but it's still not despawning. So the score is set. 6. Good job though. Survivability is amazing. Next out we have Krax B57 AOG Mantor, which is a cost of 32,000, which means we can spawn in 3 of them. Now we're gonna get in our crossbones at 3,500 meters. And we are getting airborne. The flying animations have activated. The crossbones AA guns have started firing. And these wooden shells are gonna be pretty weak against the AA guns, I believe, here. But we're doing some cool maneuvers, so I think they're not gonna get hit by the cram shells. Indeed not. Alright, it's burning angrily. And we have the first diff barrage hitting. Oh, we have the second hitting. We have... Oh, damn! The damage is extreme. Look at this thing. A single wave was able to subjugate the crossbones to a 71%. That is very amazing indeed. Oh damn, I think that's the most impressive score we've had. I do have a weak memory that Krax did test it against the crossbones or something and said that it was dealing some really cool results. But that was so long ago, because this season 1 of the trials has really dragged out on time. We have another swarm incoming. Bam! So much damage. Look at that. That is pretty impressive. Okay. And it has many more swarms to do that with. We're having the Manta Wars popping in here again, and bam! I do think the crossbones is despawning. Damn. Alright. That's a 10 out of 10 if I saw one. But since this battle was so darn quick, we'll just have to redo it and see if it wasn't just luck. Alright, we have the second try just coming in here. A fresh crossbones versus 3 fresh Manta Wars. That one is going really low. What's happening there? Alright. And we're having the first swarm here, aren't we? Look at that. We just went down in speeds a little bit. Oh damn. Look at that. That's so many fragments. Here we have another one. Oh, you can see that if it aims at the right spot, it seriously has the ability to completely disable this during the first round. Oh, I think we had two Manta Wars colliding with each other here. So that's why it's good to have another test if we have some amazing results. Or they get shot by crams, I'm not sure. Look at that. Crossbones is at 73%. These Manta Wars have a little bit of a trouble maneuvering and going about. But man, it's dealing so much damage. It's almost bisected the Gimla. No, oh my! Dare I say it again? I'm only doing one battle in From the Depth right now, and you can really clearly notice that. The crossbones is almost bisected by now. Look at that. Ooh, but the Manta Wars are suffering some damage. Do we have a undamaged Manta War? We do not have an undamaged Manta War. So, will it be able to take down the crossbones? Even though, with only one of them, they do extreme damage. Oh damn, that was really off. Ah, this is actually going down. It has hard times maneuvering by now. Is this Manta War able to deal the final blow? It dealt a hard blow, that's for sure. But it wasn't the final blow, was it? Wow, we might have a best of 3 scenario here if all of them get shot down. During this second test, we have to have a third test to know what the most probable results are for scoring. Very interesting indeed. Oh! Oh, bam! Third test not required. Even though damaged, they were able to take out the DVG crossbones during the first rounds 2 times in a row. Very good results. That's amazing. Well, Kovrax, that's 10 out of 10. Certainly. Good job. That's some amazing results. That's just really impressive. Super cool. Well, we'll have to go to the next challenger now. We had 4 battles and we might not fit in 6 during this one, but that's around the amount we want to have. But it depends on how long the different tests takes too. Next up, we have Scovimation's second submission. And as you can see here, we will fit 3 of the second submission, the B2 Pigeon. And the AoG Pigeon is really funny. It's Scovimation's second submission, and Scovimation always hopes that the second submission is gonna get really bad results. So we're gonna spawn in the crossbones and we're gonna see if it's gonna be bad results or if it's gonna be pretty good results. I do expect it's not gonna be really good results because they have 0 projectile avoidance, and this poor thing, where are they? They're gonna get shot down by crams, 100%. It's gonna be a real sad one, I think. Look at that. It's just getting pounded by flak all around. At least it's open up for the other targets. I'm not getting shot down, poor pigeon. Alright. Oh! Is it actually bobbing a little bit up and down to avoid the crams? Yes, it seems it actually has. It might actually have passive projectile avoidance. It's just not very good. Right, so the pigeons haven't been able to reach the crossbones yet, really. But they should... Oh no, well... It wasn't able to fire that cram barrage. Well, now we have the next one incoming. And it decides to go the other way. That doesn't feel very wise. Because that means we have the stern cram battery aiming in. And probably firing any second. Look at that. That blast sent it flying really fast. So it looks like the first wave of a pigeon is gonna do about nothing. Oh man. Right, so the second round of the pigeon is getting spawned in here. I forgot there wasn't a seat inside. It would be fine to see the action from that perspective, but whatever. We're gonna see what's gonna happen right now. Oh damn, I think I spawned them a little bit too far away. I do feel like they're just going to get absolutely destroyed anyways. So I think we're gonna spawn in the third wave. Right, so we can conclude that the pigeon isn't gonna have very good chances. We're spawning in the third wave from another angle already, so that perhaps one of them can reach the target and we can see some visual damage, maybe. We are pretty sure that this is not going to be a very successful run. We do expect the pigeon to get some pretty bad score, honestly. We'll see. Maybe it's... They're just like piñatas waiting to be busted. Oh man. They have not been able to fire a gun once. Look at that. Sad things. Oh! We actually have cram bombs incoming. Oh, and they got shot down by the AA systems. Oh! We had it deal damage, almost. Not that it mattered very much. The crossbones, it's still at 100%. Oh, and we have some bombs coming in here. They missed. Well, poor thing. What can we say? It's oh, look at it. I like the design of these things. It's sad that they are so bad. I know Scubimation kind of wants them to suck for some reason. I don't know why you would want to submit something that sucks. But they look cool. You know, that's one good thing. Oh well. And I think that's all of the 3 flights eliminated from the air. It has done really no damage to the crossbones. I know it says 1%, but I feel that's a little doesn't matter, because I do know that it would have done 0% of damage if we hadn't spawned in like basically all 3 flights at the same time. Well, Scubimation, I hope you're happy. The pigeon, your second submission, gets 0 points. And I feel that this test has probably been long enough already. So with that, I will conclude the first batch of the trials. And we're gonna continue in this weird order the next episode with the second iteration of the flight iterations of the AoG Trial Season 1. So we can conclude this thing, indeed. Now, I just want to say this. Huge thanks to the commissioned officers in the Army of Gmodism, namely Admiral Scooby Rocks, Commodore Owen, Lieutenant Ant-O, Cray V, Parba Grid, Vincent Veritas, and of course all our cadets. Also thanks to the Ecclesiarchy, which you see in the comment fields. If anyone has one of the cool badges you will see in this little treasure chest here, they are in the Ecclesiarchy, which you can join to for under $1 a month if that is something you want to do to show your support on the channel, get those badges, emojis, and whatnot. Check the perks. This is your host, Lord High Admiral Eric, and we are signing out.